Sometimes we spend hours watching a movie, unsure if it's good until it's over. We're here to save your time by summarizing films in just a few minutes. Welcome to the Movie Story Short channel, where we provide quick movie summaries. Let's jump right into today's summary. Blood Banquet Theatre is a horror anthology film that dives into eerie tales, each dripping with dark suspense and unsettling twists. Set against the backdrop of a decrepit, abandoned theater, the film begins with a group of unsuspecting people who stumble upon the theater, drawn in by the mysterious allure of its once glorious past. As they explore its decaying interiors, they encounter an enigmatic host, a sinister figure who seems to know more about the theater's dark history than he lets on. The host introduces each story, framing the film's narrative as though the audience is part of a terrifying show. The individual tales range from psychological thrillers to supernatural horror, with each one delivering its own distinct flavor of fear. The first tale unfolds as a macabre story about a young woman who inherits a sprawling, eerie mansion from a distant relative she never knew. Upon moving in, she discovers that the mansion holds strange and terrifying secrets, as it appears to have a life of its own. She begins to hear whispers in the walls, and shadowy figures lurk in the corners of her vision. The tension builds as she uncovers the truth. The house is a living entity that feeds off the fear of its inhabitants, and she must escape before it consumes her completely. The second story centers around an aging actor, long past his prime, who makes a desperate deal with a mysterious stranger to regain his former glory. As the actor begins to experience a sudden resurgence in fame, he realizes the price of his newfound success is far more horrific than he ever imagined. The spotlight that once filled him with pride now casts a shadow of despair, as he is forced to watch his loved ones pay the ultimate price for his ambition. This story taps into themes of vanity, regret, and the dark side of fame, all set within a chilling supernatural framework. The third story in the anthology takes the audience to a small, isolated village where the locals harbor a gruesome secret. Every year, they perform an ancient ritual to appease a malevolent spirit that haunts the surrounding woods. A young outsider, unaware of the village's dark traditions, becomes entangled in the ritual and is thrust into a fight for survival as the villagers turn on him to save themselves. As the spirit closes in, the story builds to a terrifying climax, blending folklore with a modern-day survival horror element. The final tale is perhaps the most unsettling, following a man who awakens in a strange room, strapped to a chair with no memory of how he got there. He is confronted by a sadistic captor who forces him to make impossible choices between life and death, revealing his past sins and making him pay for his transgressions in the most horrific way possible. As the man faces his inner demons, the story twists and turns, leaving the audience questioning what is real and what is a figment of his tortured mind. As the anthology draws to a close, the group of people in the theater begin to realize that they are not merely spectators, but unwilling participants in the final act. The eerie host reveals that the theater itself is cursed, and those who enter its doors are doomed to become part of its eternal performance. One by one, the group is picked off in increasingly gruesome ways, their fates intertwined with the chilling stories they've just witnessed. In a final shocking twist, the last survivor is left alone in the theater, only to discover that they have become the new host of the Blood Banquet Theatre, trapped forever to usher in the next group of victims. The camera slowly pulls back, revealing the endless cycle of terror that awaits anyone who dares to enter this haunted place. The film ends with the ominous flicker of the theater's lights, hinting that the show will continue, and the audience is left with a lingering sense of dread, knowing that the Blood Banquet Theatre will always be hungry for more. This dark, atmospheric film blends elements of classic horror with psychological thrills, offering a unique and terrifying experience for fans of the genre. With its haunting stories, twisted characters, and chilling setting, Blood Banquet Theatre delivers an unforgettable cinematic journey into fear. Here ends the movie for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.